Oh, okay. There we go. I was getting a little bit worried there that something was going on, but apparently not. It's working. That's good. Okay. Right, yeah, we were in offshore rig. Right. I ended up doing some bad math. I had thought that I had to complete each level within 16 minutes. That is not the case. I need to complete the levels on average like 20 minutes. So I got like a 4-minute buffer. But I'm gonna do a little bit of a fun thing. Like no one here is gonna see it. Oop. Ah, who beat me? Come on, just who dares ping me? Oh, I see. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Okay. But, yeah. So, shit. Of course, this is gonna get my time. I've thought of something that is gonna be helpful for me physically. Which sounds weird. I know. It sounds very weird saying like, oh yeah, this is a physical thing. So, I've decided that what I'm gonna do... Oh, right, I don't have guns, so I can't skip that. Cool, right, so. Un momento, por favor. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I can cheat this because I'm pretty sure I can just... Yes, perfect. Ah, crap. I can make it back up there. I am debating on whether doing it this way is going to be the better choice. I mean, it'll save me a bit more time. I wonder if I do this. Oh, no, it won't. It won't count towards, it won't damage. Okay, so in order to save time... No. Okay. There is a way. I think as I jump from here? Yes! Perfect! Okay, so I have just skipped a lot of time to get my pistols back. Because I was meant to do a whole thing that would have required me to turn off the plane engines. But instead, what I have done is I have... Jesus Christ, there was a big gust of wind there. But what I've done is I've just been able to skip it. I remember, I think that's actually like the proper... the proper thing that you do, like if you're speedrunning. I keep forgetting that if I jump and press backwards as opposed to roll, I still do the mid-air roll. I completely forgot about that. Anyways, right, yeah, it's the keycard goes into here. I just said I wanted to do it. I don't have a whole lot of time. So, you know, it's kind of fitting to be like, oh, I don't have a whole lot of time. Let's work towards that speedrunning achievement. I've also kind of decided that I probably will play through all the Halo games are on PC. But I'm probably going to do that, like, in November, because what's it? The first Halo game came out in November. So, yeah, it only seems right to play through all the Halos, except Halo 5, because it's not on PC. And I think they've cancelled doing that port. So, you know, it doesn't matter too much. Right, go on over here. Ah, right. My friend's talking about D&D. That is fine. I also am doing this stream to fulfill a promise that I said I would do the last time I streamed. You see, when I last streamed, there was a small conversation about the whole Nintendo patenting summoning. That little chestnut that's been doing the rounds here and there. And I said that I was going to have a look, and I think the magnums are up here, or maybe they're the other side. They're on one of these bunks. I think it's that. Yep, it's that bunk. And I said that after that stream, I would go, I would look at the pattern, I would read up on a few things here and there. And I'm sure that's something that everyone that comes to these streams, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube, I'm sure that they very much, you know, want to hear some random bloke with a microphone and a VTuber avatar has to say in regards to patents. Clearly that's something that everyone wants to, is going to be waiting with bated breath. I need to save here because there is a achievement I can get here and I want to try and grab it. But first things first, I have to do this. Okay, so I'm pretty sure what I have to do is that. You know what? That is actually a time save. Anyway. The Nintendo pattern. I decided to... I read it. I read all 42 pages of the pattern. I'm not gonna lie. There was an absurd amount of fluff. It was fluffier than cotton candy with some of its stuff. You know, but I think that's just, I don't know much about patents. I think that's just the nature of patents. Why does it feel like I shouldn't be going this way? No, hold on. Hold on. And that's to the top. That's got a secret up there. Yeah. Is it? Or am I... No, I'm back here. I'm trying to remember what I need this keycard for. I don't think I need it here, do I? Do I need it here? I think I may have screwed up. Either that or... Ah, here we go. Cool, got him. Anyway, so yeah, there was a oodles and oodles of fluff with the document, but essentially the bottom line on if it has completely like gotten rid of summoning. Yes, but also no. Yeah, I need some heavier firepower. So what do I mean when I say yes and no? At face value, No. Because of something known as prior use. So prior use is it's rather self-explanatory, as I'm sure you can imagine. So prior use basically means, has that been used prior? I know it's hard to believe that. And I guess I need to say again, this is not any form of legal advice. If you're going to attempt to make a game with summoning similar to Pokemon and turn around and say that, oh, you got the advice from me, you're a damn fool. I'm, again, just saying this as my own personal opinion. So, prior use. Basically, has it been used before? If that's the case, it's not. It can't. It's not your pattern then if it's been done. So the question is going to be on if they try to enforce the pattern based on either the pattern in full, like all the steps need to be perfectly matching, in which case you don't need to worry, because the way they're describing the pattern is exactly how Pokemon work. So unless you make quite literally a Pokemon clone or bootleg or whatever, you're fine. You're fine. It's only if you make a bootleg or whatever. If Nintendo try to argue that, oh well, these bits are similar, well, then in court it can be pointed that, well, yes, however, you weren't the ones that created these parts. If that makes sense. So essentially, if they just put the pattern in its entirety, then no, they haven't patented summoning. If they try to enforce it by part of it, then yes, they've patented summoning, but they wouldn't be able to enforce it because of prior use. There's all these examples of video games that have summoning in it. I think the first game that had summoning was in 1984. Yeah, I think 1984. So they can't say they were the ones that... I do, that's right. There we go. They can't say, oh, they created something in video games, because they didn't. There is a handful of games that came out prior to Pokemon, so they can't enforce it. It's not possible to. So that's where the no comes in. Where the yes comes in is because realistically, they don't need to try to fight the pattern all the way to the end, because all they need to do is imagine a small game company made something similar to Pokemon, and then Nintendo sues them for patent infringement. Lawyers are expensive, and when it's corporation v corporation, I am just based on what I recall from what was it, Jim Sterling versus Digital Homicide. If a corporation is being sued, they need a lawyer. They can't represent themselves in it. And as I said, lawyers are expensive. So Nintendo doesn't need to prove in court that they could enforce the patent. They can just bleed a competitor dry with litigation. Because it doesn't have an anti-slap. There isn't, anti-slap stuff for corporation v corporation. So it isn't a case of, can Nintendo, actually enforce the patent? Realistically, they probably couldn't. But they don't have to. They can just sue the company that, you know, has a summoning mechanic. And then just bleed them dry with all the litigation. That's all they need to do. And it sucks. It's scummy, no doubt. Also, what am I doing here? I completely forgot what I was doing here. As I say, some parts of like what I've been looking into might not be 100% correct, but based on the stuff that I read, like even they got like during one of the news outlets got a former lawyer for Nintendo who basically said what that is. It's like summoning is not a new thing in video games. It's not like the Bandai Namco loading screen thing that they had going, which... Oh, hi! So the Namco Bandai loading screen. In 1994... It was... Wait, hold on. Yeah, because I didn't pick up anything. Let me guess. I was meant to grab something in there and I didn't. I'm a silly Billy. That's cutting in my time. All right, yeah. Every level that's the other thing, because I was before all this talk about the patents and such. I mean, I've said that I'm not going to go into another 45-minute tangent. You know, as far as I'm concerned, people can probably see that can probably watch the VODs, or I can, you know, cliff note it if anyone comes by and says, "Hey, I remember last stream you were asking about this." In which case it would be either look at the VOD if I finish streaming, and if I haven't, then I'll cliff note it. Yeah, that's basically from what I can gather from what it. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I see. I skipped a step. It seems to me that on paper, at the very least, it doesn't look like Nintendo. Like, technically, if you're looking at it just partially, yes, Nintendo has patented summoning, but if someone were to challenge that in a court of law, Nintendo would probably lose and would have to give up the patent. But they don't need to worry about that because they have got money. And so with that money, they can just bleed out their competitor financially. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I have a funny little plan that might be good for me exercise-wise. So you remember how I said I need to average around 20 minutes per level? Well, I think an enemy spawns here, don't I? No. Basically, every level that I am over that... Really? No one's shooting at me? Why? That I'm over those 20 minutes, I have to do... God fucking damn it. However many sets of something equal to the level. So, like, this is level 5. So, it's not gonna work. So, I would have to do 5 sets of something. And then like 6 sets, 10 sets, 8 sets, and so on and so forth. So I already know here I'm gonna have to do 5 sets of something. And I might also do it where it's like I have to do that equal to the number of minutes that I'm over in terms of like days. So like, are you kidding me? So like, say I'm 10 minutes over. So basically for like the next 10 days, I have to do 5 sets of whatever. Obviously not all in one go, like spread out through that particular day. Which is gonna absolutely kill me on the you know, the other levels, because there's, what's it, 18 levels in this? And I already know for a fact that some of these levels I'm not gonna be able to do in 20 minutes. Some of them I'll be able to. I'm fairly confident I can do some of them in 20 minutes. I have to, after all. Because if I don't average 20 minutes, then I don't complete this game in 6 hours, which means I don't get the achievement. So I can't, you know, it's a double incentive. I don't get to wear myself down through, like, you know, having to do exercises as punishment for not being fast enough. And, you know, I don't need to push myself by... What am I talking about? Sorry, my brain just short-circuited partway through that. But it's like, let's see. Yeah, 21 minutes. There's also the thing where if it's like... If it's just under 1 minute, then it'll only count as like 1 day. So it's basically 1 day, then 2 day, then 3 day, then 4 day, 5 day. All that stuff, you know? And then... Right, yes. Need to swap this around. Because now this is open. I know there's a scuba diver. I actually think this is the end of the level. I think I just got to go through that tunnel. I'm pretty sure it's possible to avoid having to do that. Like, I'm pretty sure the speedrun strat is that you do a somewhat difficult jump. I say difficult jump. Yes. Okay. This is indeed the end of the level. You climb up the stairs. Done. Okay. So 2 minutes. So I gotta do 12 reps of something. Alright. Climb up past my nightmares. Press the button. Stops the fan. Oh wait, right. No, I have to swim. It's either... Oh no, I have to flick this switch. There's a secret behind the fan, but I don't care. I remember when I played this years back, I was always like, what if pulling the switch turned the fan on again and it sucked me in? Oh, hey, doggy. There we go, problem solved. I got me my Uzis back. Nice. Sorry, I wanted to switch back to the old graphics for a second there just to remind myself. Oh no, that's if I fuck up. Right, yes, this is if I fuck up. Which, to be fair, I could. I very much could. I wonder. Oh. I fucked up. Anyway. I wonder... You know, I'm gonna heal up. I wonder if I could make that jump. Like, if I were to aim this right. Yes. And then save on this jump, because this is a tough jump. You have to, like, jump at the last possible second. And even then, you still have to grab. Alright, cool. So, past the goop. The goopy goop. So, I'm gonna go a little bit crazy. Oh. It's time to climb. It's time to beat Metal Gear Solid 2. It's us. We're climbing. There is a jump you can do. Hold on. I think isn't... Hold on. I'm pretty sure you can corner jump this. No. Okay. I don't know how to do the skip. We're going to have to do it the long way. This is going to cut into my time quite a bit because it's a long climb. But, you know, it's time to go. Am I abusing that? Sure. But now I can be like, should I go for this thing?
Yeah, I've got time.
I hope that does not. Like, just using that line doesn't get me, like, a copyright strike or anything. That's going to be really stupid if that happens. I don't think so, but... Oh my god, what is going on with my Discord right now? Sorry, I'm looking at my Discord, and I'm getting a whole lot of messages from things and places and people and things. I need to probably have a quick glance at this in a moment. I do know there might be some people that are probably thinking like, oh, you've been streaming a lot. Are you just gonna... Hold on. Okay, I know this is cutting into my time even more, but like, you know, people message me. I'm a curious little bastard. You know, I see stuff mentioned, and I'm just like, I want to see what's being discussed. Like, what's being discussed right now? Ah, I see. That's what's being discussed right now. Hey, remember when I said this was going to be a real short one? Yeah.